It's nice to see you again, Westchester. It is Friday, November 7th, 2025, and I'm Bonita with the Westchester Chronicle. The 2025 municipal election has come and passed here in the borough, and we will be bringing in some new council members as well as some familiar faces. Representing Ward 1 will be Jerry Chespaniak, taking over for current Borough Council President Patrick McCoy. Ward 3 will remain represented by Brian McGinnis. Representing Ward 5 will be Stephen Marvin, taking over for Sheila Vaccaro. For Ward 7, Lisa Kearns will be taking the seat of Lisa Dorsey. And of course, the Mayor of Westchester, Lillian DeBaptiste, won re-election to retain her position. Now, while the results have mostly been tallied, we are waiting to confirm the results of the county row office races due to a printing error that left out over 70,000 independent and third-party voters across Chester County. Prospective third-party voters who turned up when the polls opened at 7 in the morning discovered that their names were nowhere to be found in the poll books, leaving them without the means to sign in and vote. And that is when the calls started coming in. Confused residents reached out to voter services about the omission, and the staff rushed to deliver supplemental poll books containing the missing residents to polling places across Chester County. Prior to the supplemental books being delivered, voters not on the books were given provisional ballots to complete so they could get their vote tallied. By the afternoon, the supplemental books had all been delivered, and all residents who voted in person could find their name in the poll books and vote. Election Day was also extended by 2 hours to allow for residents affected by the polling book errors to come back in and vote using a provisional ballot. Now, the question everyone is asking is, how could this have happened? The Chester County Department of Voter Services released the following comments regarding the event. Quote, "Just after polling places opened at 7 a.m., Chester County Voter Services identified an issue with the poll books at all precincts, which currently do not include the names of voters registered with third parties." According to Voter Services, there are 230 polling locations in Chester County, and the county has 385,856 registered voters. Of those, 75,076 are third-party registered voters, which include independents, libertarians, and those registered as no affiliation and non-partisan. The press release went on to say, quote, "Chester County Voter Services will conduct a formal review to determine how third-party registered voters were omitted from the poll books and will take action to ensure this error does not occur again. Further updates will be provided as available." End quote. We reached out to Voter Services regarding who will be conducting the investigation and what the timeline for that investigation will be, and we will update you when we receive more information. If you had to vote by provisional ballot or want to know more about that process, information about provisional ballots and how to track them is available in the link in the description below. Now, this is the second election in a row with mistakes that have significant consequences. In the spring primary, the prothonotary race was left off the ballot, which meant that the parties selected the candidate instead of the voters. The seat was left open after the previous prothonotary, Debbie Bookman, resigned due to being charged for misappropriating funds. Alex Christie, who was appointed to replace her, ran in this week's election, and we are still waiting for the final result of that election. Did you have to vote with a provisional ballot? We want to hear your story. You can reach out to us at westchesterchronicle@gmail.com or in the comments below. We look forward to hearing from you. Last week, the 100 block of North Walnut Street was renamed to honor the legacy of local pharmacist and real estate developer Stan Zukin. His family and members of the community gathered at the Indigo Hotel, where his son Scott Zukin, the current owner of Zukin Realty, said a few words.
Stan Zukin was a dreamer and a visionary. He got things done. Stan and Elsa, along with Ron, his twin brother over there, moved Thatcher's to this corner in 1970s. As Thatcher's grew, Westchester's business district was on its decline. It became over 60% vacant. But Stan Zukin's way was to see opportunity in everything. Thatcher's became Westchester's general store, the place you could purchase almost anything. Early 1990s, he retired from pharmacy. Yes, the real estate was a retirement for Stan. He sold the business to Rite Aid, the start of a new career. Stan was persistent. Stan had vision. Together with Wayne Zukin, a young attorney and developer, it all began. Zukin Realty began rebuilding this town one property at a time. The streets of Westchester imprinted with the passionate footprints of Stan. Each year he would smile and say, "Westchester's only half done." I remember his passion and the hard work, joyfully explaining, "People just don't see the potential that I do. If only they could see." And then he would go on and explain something. Well, not everybody saw Stan Zukin's vision, but resistance to his brilliance created persistence, motivation, and clarity. Many of our tenants and business associates are here today, and he believed in each of you. Your potential, your drive. You see, renting a business with the passion of Stan brought to the table, what Stan brought to the table was a partnership. Zukin Realty truly cares about our tenants, their success in business, and the comfort in their homes.
If you want to visit the new Zukin Way, it is part of Walnut Street right off Gay Street in the middle of town. This Sunday the 9th, Westchester will be honoring its veterans by holding a parade through town. The parade starts at 2 p.m. at Henderson High School and will lead to the steps of our historic courthouse in the center of town. To further show their appreciation of our neighbors who have served our country, businesses around the borough will be offering discounts on food, drinks, and merchandise to veterans. You can find out more about the participating locations by heading over to downtownwestchester.com. Now, Veterans Day is officially recognized on November 11th, and on that day, Westchester University is hosting a panel discussing veterans' mental health, access to services, and reintegration into civilian life. The panel, titled Veterans, Justice and Community, Navigating Systems and Securing Support, will include representatives from the Chester County Department of Veterans Affairs, the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, Westchester University's Veterans Center, and organizations that advocate for the well-being of our veterans. You can attend the event virtually or in person in room 101 of the university's Business and Public Management Center at 50 Sharpless Street. The event is free, but registration is required, so click on the link below to learn a little bit more how to help our neighbors who have served our country. And if you can't make the panel, you can always support your local veterans who are right here in town anytime. Our local American Legion Post 134 is located at 305 East Gay Street, and our Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 106 is located at 837 Lincoln Avenue. You can find out more about how you can support our veterans by clicking the links down below. We would like to take a moment to acknowledge everyone who has served in any branch of the armed services. We appreciate the sacrifice made by our veterans and their families. Thank you. As always, we want to thank you for your time, and we hope to see you soon. Until then, I'm Bonita with the Westchester Chronicle.